It's a great night to be streaming, everybody. Hello and welcome live from Madison, Wisconsin on this February 20th, 2021, 6:01 p.m. Some of you may have missed this last time, so I'm just going to cover this once. I hope just once. Um, Let me make this perfectly clear that all the topics discussed in this live cast I take seriously. So you will respect that. I work too hard for any bullshit from anybody. So leave it at the door. Also, some topics are not suitable for children. Some adults may have trouble with it too. If at any time you feel uncomfortable, scared, or grossed out, you can leave. There are plenty of other shows on YouTube right now that are probably more suitable for your needs. Thank you. Shout outs to Maya Rosendo and JoJo, I Love and Miss You, to Guitar Hack. Make sure you check out his new music, Slab of Rock, Bent Tom, TK, Ricky Stars, and Poppin' Butt Cheeks. Make sure you check out all their channels and subscribe to them. Here he is, TK.
What's happening?
I'm just going to get right into it. I promised them last time that I would start out showing them where I think there are at least two other Sasquatches in the Patterson Gimlin film. You got to see them just a short bit ago. It's freaky, isn't it?
I've never seen. I've watched that a million times, and I've never seen the other ones. Um, interesting.
All
Interesting.
right. I'm going to pop that up now, and we're going to take a look. All right. Now I'm going to play it through the first time. And for my viewers, I want you to be watching the tree line, not Patty, not the horses, not anything else, but just keep your eyes on the tree line. And then I'm going to go back, slow it down, and show you exactly where they're at. All right, now, did you guys see anything? Anything interesting at all that happened there on that tree line? Anyway, here we go. We're going to play it again. Uh-oh. Okay. There's your first one. Right there. Watch this thing right here, chat. As it walks into the
It's walking. It is, and that's not the
and,
main.
and
That
then and then
that's
it
not the
just
main film either.
no, and then it disappears. Now we'll see Patty. Next we see Patty. She's coming up. Whoops. Then the camera pans over, and we meet Patty. Now as Patty's walking back up into the trees, here we go. up.
You're going to have to use your cursor on that last one because it's quick. It does move.
It is quick.
Go, yeah. Let's look at the first one again. I have never. I thought when you showed me this earlier that I was looking at the main thing, but
The third one, this is
Patty, she's out in the open. That one is right up against the tree line, and you can see it step.
yeah, you can see it actually take a few steps back into those trees. And the third one is kind of obscured, but you can see it. It either turns to walk with Patty when she gets up there, or it turns to walk. I mean, if the thing moves, and it's not a bush, it's not a tree. Just yeah, we'll go through it one more time here. Hang on here. There we go. Watch the tree line, chat.
Yeah, right there. Exactly.
He's right there, and he'll walk into there, and then he's just gone. Boom. Bigfoot number one.
Right. I've never
Now we
seen
see.
that.
Now he pans over, and we see Patty,
Yeah.
and there she is.
Yeah. Damn.
Now if she's walking back up into there, like I showed you earlier, and hopefully it doesn't cut out again. Now see, here's Patty. And she's walking this way. Pay attention to this area here. It's quick. It's really quick.
All right. She'll be right back. I have never. I've watched this as all of us have for a million times, and I've never seen these other ones. Where you at, Sandra? What do you guys think? You seen this before? You think this is real? Um, Sandra's lost power. Maybe she says she thinks they blew a fuse. But so anyway, um, Roger Patterson and Gimlin, they went out on this expedition just to see if they could see this creature. And at the end of the film, um, that's what they saw. That's what they got. The guy hops off his horse. The horse goes nuts. You can see the camera doing all this. Um, and he runs upward a little bit, gets on his knee, tries to hold it still, and that's what you see. But there is obviously another one at the start of this. Um, Crazy. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's see who we got in the chat tonight. Charles Green, original Paramutant, Lenny, Lou, and Mary. Hey, Mitch, how you doing, sir? Mr. Thomas Santiago, good to see you. Brian Spalding, James Severin, Dean Lowry. Let's see, Sean Beerbrower. Hello, sir.
Can you
I can hear you. You back?
can you see me?
I can see you.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah. It's maybe you had too much plugged into it. I am
Okay.
so sorry about that. Yeah, Sean, we'll be
did
talking about
some-
aliens soon. So
We did some shout outs. The cool kids are all here.
good.
Yeah.
Um,
Hello, Clive.
all right. Let me see if I can bring this back up. Unless you're sick of looking at the Patty film, we can.
That I want to see it one more time. More, not the thing at the end, but the one at the beginning. I've never seen this.
All right. Here we go. I have to be quick, Lenny. It's just me running the show here.
There it is. Gone in the woods behind that tree on the right. Yeah.
Yep.
And now ahead of it.
Now she's going to walk up. And I think either her mate or someone else from their family is waiting for her. And then it's gone. Whoops, hang on. Not yet. Again, look, you want to be watching this area right here. I can see it already.
I don't see your cursor, Sandra.
Oh, shit. Well, look directly in front of where she's walking right now. He's up, or she's up by that tree, and you can just see the faintest movement as it either turns to walk back into the forest, or I don't know, maybe he's coming out to meet her, but they're right there. And then
yeah, it went behind that tree.
Yes.
It went
yes,
behind that tree. Yeah. Yeah.
Surely did. Just something I think is kind of cool. But yeah, there they are.
These two guys after that, and what year is that?
That was filmed in 1967.
67. They caught a lot of grief about that film.
They did. In fact, they even said that Patty was some guy in a suit. Okay, that's well and good. But if that's a guy in a suit, explain the other two Sasquatches.
Well, plus I've seen lots of documentaries where they show slowed down muscle movements.
Have you seen the one where there's actually a hernia in her leg, and there's no way they said they can make a suit to even mimic that back then in 67? There's no way they had anything that would even come close to being able to make a suit like that. And if you've had a hernia, you can't really fake that.
I've had a hernia and a hernia operation. No fun.
Thank you, James Severin. So next on our list, yes, you're gonna watch another Bigfoot film. This is the Freeman Film, and this, oh geez, I have my notes. I don't have my notes handy. This is 80s, 90s. This is way more recent, but we're gonna have a look at that right now. Another cool Bigfoot clip.
Some of those little ones tracks that's in here. I come back up here today to cast these. They look like they're about 9 inches long.
Could be a young
Pretty
one.
good little tracks. They sure little one. Went right up this old trail. Found up there, Mom and you. I'm gonna mix up some plaster here. And
I should mention the fact that while Ricky and I were watching this the other day, you can hear this Sasquatch doing vocalizations. So if you need to put headphones on so you can hear it clear, go ahead. But you can actually hear this thing making noises.
pour these. Now I got my cast made.
Right there.
And 4 little tracks here.
Hear it? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Just then, yeah.
32 inches between the stride there. Yeah, I'm gonna look around a little bit more, let these dry.
It's gonna get crazy in a minute. That's a bird, but that grunting noise, that's a Bigfoot.
Sometimes they come here and get water. Yeah, it looks like they've been here. Yeah. Been one here anyway. I don't know how. It looks like he's pretty fresh. Yeah. Go around this bush here. See what's going on here. Oh yeah. Here's where. Here he's coming down. Oh shit, he's coming down, went back up both. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Look at that. Yeah, he's going back up the road, coming down the road. Yeah, look at that. Sure have. Let me stay. Yeah, where he's come back up, went back up. Yeah. Look at that. see much up through here. I hear the brush popping and stuff. Oh, there he goes.
That thing is huge.
Jesus. Get up here where I can see him real quick. Get up here. Get a better picture. Where the doggone thing went? It crossed right up there. Yeah. Just wonder. Be right here somewhere.
I think it's an amazing piece of footage. With the vocalizations and then the actual sighting of them.
Two of them, I guess. Man. Oh. I wonder where they went. Oh, God. Two of them. I always see them when I'm by myself. Never see them when there's anybody else with me.
All right. Because they have a sense of humor.
That's pretty good.
Incredible. And yeah, we actually don't get to see him again after that, but
yeah,
isn't that a trip? You can hear this thing. I mean, he's breathing heavy, but if you listen between his breaths, you can hear this thing. And Ricky's like, "You just missed it." Where I'm like, "But dude, if you have the headphones on, you can hear this thing." And he vocalizes himself several times. Yeah.
So this dude basically just cut his camera on just to document the footprints and him making the cast and stuff. So,
and it was still in the area. It was right there. He must have been, just a few feet from it, really.
Where is that from?
I'd have to.
What state?
Ricky, do you remember what state that was shot in? Don't remember? John B.L.
He does kind of sound like he's from the South.
Hang on. I'll pop it up here.
Well,
I think that was filmed in 93 or 94, if I remember. But that thing looked huge.
This guy had a in the 80s had a sighting, and then went on many expeditions, never saw nothing, and then that, and if I'm not mistaken, never saw any after that either. And
okay,
yeah.
I was wrong. It was on June 10th, 1982. Sorry. Freeman reportedly sighted a Bigfoot near Walla Walla, Washington, which he described as being nearly 8 feet tall and covered in reddish brown body hair. In 94, Freeman captured a purported Bigfoot on videotape. Oh, I was right. Near the Blue Mountains region of northeastern Oregon. The recording is considered authentic by some Bigfoot investigators, but is of resolution too low to be considered conclusive. What?
Well, all of them
See,
are. They say it's always the cons. It's always the pros and the cons. But you know, yeah. I mean, what's going to make those prints?
exactly.
You
What's
know,
going to make them noises? I mean, who's going to be, if it, okay, granted, it could be a buddy, it could be anything like that, but if it isn't, who's just going to do that? Wait for someone to come along. You know, I said this in the last show. Those footprints that were found several thousands of feet up in the mountains where nobody ever goes. If that's a hoax, who the hell is doing that, hoping that someday somebody's going to see these? No, it's a Bigfoot.
this fella's passed away in recent years.
Yeah, I think he passed in 2010.
His kids say that after all that, he was obsessed and never went out often, but never saw one again.
But how neat to have just capture that. Yeah, and he went out just to document the footsteps, and lo and behold. And he said there was 2. I'm going to have to really, really watch that to see if I see another one. And if I do, you can bet your ass I'll be sharing it with all of you.
She'll be sharing. There's other stuff that
Oh, yeah.
she's going to share. There's close-ups in the
Not just videos, there's pictures. We got
brush and
Bigfoot for
faces.
years, people.
There's some cool stuff out there that
Yeah, they're
will
and
be on
very.
the show. Yeah.
And if you are a skeptic, I mean, sooner or later you're going to be convinced because there's more evidence in support of that he exists than there is that he doesn't.
Right. Which a lot of what we see on TV, a couple are good and they're real, but a lot of which make us think it's all crap.
Yeah.
Just because of the show. It's entertainment, but you know.
Speaking of shows, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for Tony's segment. And he asked me before the show started, wouldn't it be cool if the chat kind of named this section? So we're just going to present the material. Tony's going to do his thing. And if you have a name, enter it in the chat or email either one of us or Facebook us. And if you're joining us on Facebook, thank you. Make sure to like and share this video if you would, please. I would appreciate it so much. I'm going to pop out and I'm going to bring these up for you, Tony. Get over there.
These shows, we watch all these shows, and what she's asked me to do is rate these on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being great and 5 being crap. But a lot of these are real. A lot of them are middle of the road, and a lot of them are just crap entertainment. But she's gonna bring these up. A lot of you have watched these, and they come on Nat Geo, Animal Planet every night almost. So. All right. Swamp monsters. All right. So if you guys have watched this one, it's not as horrible a show as some on there. There are no real sightings they march around in the woods and they claim to hear stuff and see stuff, but at the end it's nothing. So I rate this show on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 4. How about you guys? You guys ever watched this before? Put your number in the chat.
I've
All
only
right.
seen just a few episodes. Here's the next one.
All right. Survivor Man. Now, if you've ever watched this guy, he does most of his stuff, his shows are not Bigfoot. It's just him out in the wild, camping, nature. But this guy has got the real deal. This guy has captured some stuff live that we'll show on the show. But if you've ever watched a couple of episodes that he's done Sasquatch shows, it's definitely a 1. And this is probably the best Bigfoot show you can watch. Yeah, so I rate him a 1 on this show.
How about you, chap? What are you rating this one? I've seen a few of these episodes, and yeah, I don't know if I could do what he does. Not for as long as he does. I would go out for a couple of days camping, but he's out there and he's out there.
Yeah. All right. Finding Bigfoot. Okay. Finding Bigfoot. This is a entertaining show, very entertaining, and a couple of these Cliff, the guy on the right is a very respected, world-renowned Sasquatch investigator. I don't know, me personally, I don't know why he's on this show. I guess it kind of makes him look bad. And the girl in
Renee, yeah, I don't.
yeah, she knows her stuff too. But the thing about this show is they show lots of stuff, and it's a good show. It's entertaining, but they never find anything. Nothing. They hear things. They do wood knocks, get knocks back, but on film, nothing ever.
Yeah.
My kids asked me. They used to ask me. I would watch this. They say, "Finding Bigfoot." They never find him.
Yeah.
So I give this show a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. It's entertaining, but I wouldn't take this show seriously at all.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
So these guys, entertaining. Oh yeah, I give it a 1 for entertainment.
They stole my Bigfoot. They stole my Bigfoot.
But these guys chase Sasquatch and these big cats and all kind of stuff, and they run around in the woods and yell and scream and hoop and holler,
Yeah.
and
Chasing
yeah,
off away everything in the forest that was there to begin with, mind you. If there's any wild creatures in there, they're certainly going to be gone after these crazy boys get in there.
yeah. This show right here is of the ones we're looking at here tonight. It's the worst one.
I would agree.
Definitely a 5.
Yeah.
Entertaining as hell though.
Oh yeah.
And if it's on, I try not to watch it.
Heck says it looks like they search for beer.
They run around in the woods, and
Yeah, just crazy like.
the thing about it is they do it in the Appalachian Mountains near me. So yeah.
And you've got enough of real sightings. In fact, that whole area there is one of the most reported areas to see a Bigfoot in.
Right.
But as far as rating this, I'm there with you. It's probably one of the worst.
Yeah. Laughable.
Next one.
Laughable. Killing Bigfoot. The Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Team is what the GCRO, I think they call themselves.
I've never seen this show. So
now, what these fellas do is they get these calls. Landowners will call them and say, I've got this animal that kills my chickens and my goats, and please come. And these fellas come out there armed like this, like the Mountain Monster crew does.
Yeah.
And it's not it's a touch more believable than Mountain Monsters is, but it's still just entertainment, you know. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I give this one a 4. You know. And if you watch this, they don't have many episodes either.
Oh, okay.
So it's usually a rerun. I hate the fact that I know these facts, but
no, that's fine. Okay, here's the next one.
Okay. The Russian Yeti. So in the 50s, there was a group of hikers, young people. I don't know how a number of them, maybe 10, 12 men and women, and they went hiking in the snow and never came back. And
I'm talking about the Ditlov Pass. Were they in the Ural Mountains by the Ditlov Pass?
I think that may be it. But they found their bodies, eyes gouged out, eaten, and in the tents that they stayed in, they were so scared that they broke out of their tents. You could see that, but they had a camera with them, and they filmed the last end of their lives. And it's sketchy, but that shot you're looking at,
more than you think, Lenny.
That shot you're looking at is a still of that video.
Yeah, that's
in the
crazy.
snow.
I've studied this story with the Ditlove Pass quite a bit, and it's freaky.
Yeah. But like the guy in that last video you showed, he's doing the prints, and then there it is, and he runs at the thing. I'm sorry, but if I see one, that's good enough. I'm running the other way. Sorry.
I would probably run toward it.
No, not me. You don't know if this thing is going to hurt you, run from you, kill you,
See,
eat you.
can I say something? That's where I think Bigfoot can somehow sense your intentions. You know what I mean? I I think if you have put intentions out, that energy that you're gonna, especially if you walk out into the forest with a rifle or a gun or even a camera, I think he senses that, oh, these people want to, their intentions aren't so good. If you're just walking, having a nice walk through the forest and enjoying nature, I think you're more apt to see one. I think they can sense, like most animals can sense, different energies and intentions. I think why would Bigfoot be any different? Only I think they can do it more so. I could be completely wrong. Next show.
All right. Expedition Bigfoot. Now, this is a newer show, and they've caught a couple of sightings where they show the heat seeking images. They've had some upright bipedal walking in the woods. Lots of tracks, lots of wood knocks, real wood knocks. I mean, where you hear it come back, and you know, um, and this show is. I'm still wondering about this show, but this show seems to be. Um, I would give this show a 2,
Oh,
maybe 3. Yeah,
okay. So it's pretty good.
pretty good, not great, not like the one I gave a 1 to.
Yeah, the
What
mountain
is
men
that?
are
Well,
these
what's the
these
guy's
people.
name? Survivor Man?
That's Les Stroud.
Les Stroud.
Yeah.
He's the best one. This one is not quite on that level. Um, but then again, it's a newer show, and I hadn't watched many of these episodes. Um, so yeah.
So those are pretty good. Did our chat come up with a name? Let's take a look. Well, this ain't really a music show, so we don't care what kind of guitar you would ever play.
Bigfoot's a Les Paul guy.
So does everybody, Mitch. We all want proof that he's real.
I wouldn't run towards it.
But then again, some people believe in God with blind faith that just, I think, is overwhelming to me. Have you ever caught him on camera, had a picture of him? No, you haven't. So that concludes our Bigfoot stuff for this show. Next week we'll be talking about some more. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but you can count on it. I'm not sure, Chad, if you are familiar with the Elisa Lam case or the Cecil Hotel, either one, either put a yes or a no in there because that's what we're going to talk about next. I'm going to bring up, just want to read a little bit about this case. It will take me probably a few minutes, and then I'm going to show you some video footage. So Elisa Lam's a college student. She was taking a break, going to travel on her own and see some of California. For her trip to California, she traveled alone on Amtrak and intercity buses. She visited the San Diego Zoo and posted photos there on her social medias. On January 26th, she arrived in Los Angeles. After 2 days, she checked into the Cecil Hotel near downtown Skid Row. She was initially assigned a shared room on the hotel's 5th floor. However, her roommates complained what the hotel's lawyer would later describe as certain odd behavior, and Lam was moved to a room of her own after 2 days. She had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression. She'd been prescribed medications, 4 of them, to treat her disorders. According to her family, who supposedly kept her history of mental illness a secret, she had no history of suicidal ideations or attempts, although one report claims she had previously gone missing for a brief period. Okay. In mid-2010, Lam began a blog named Fields on Blogspot. She would post pictures of models in fashionable clothing, all different arts that she liked, and she would talk about her struggle with mental illness. In January of 2012, she lamented that she had a relapse at the start of the current school term and had forced her to drop several classes, leaving her feeling utterly directionless and lost. She titled her post, "You're always haunted by the idea you're wasting your life." A little over 2 years after she had started blogging, she announced she would be abandoning that blog for another one she started on Tumblr called Nouvelle Nouveau, which, as far as I know, is still up. Its content mostly consisted of, again, fashion photos, quotes, a few posts in her own words, and that same quotation as earlier, "You're always haunted by the idea you're wasting your time." Okay. A little after that, in February 1st of 2013, she contacted her parents the day she was scheduled to check out of the Cecil and leave for Santa Cruz. Her parents didn't hear from her, though, and called the Los Angeles Police Department, and her family flew to Los Angeles to help with the search. Okay. Police searched the hotel to the extent that they legally could. They searched her room and had dogs go through the building, including the rooftop. The canines were unsuccessful in detecting her scent. They didn't search every room. They could only do that if they had probable cause to. So, on February 6th, a week later, Lam had been last seen. The LAPD decided more help was needed. Flyers with her image were spread all over the place, and it brought the case to the public's attention through the media. On February 15th, another week with no sign of her, the LAPD released a video of the last known sighting of her taken in one of the Cecil's elevators. We'll be watching that in a minute. That was taken on February 1st. In approximately 2.5 minutes of footage, Lam alone makes unusual moves and gestures, leaving the elevator at one point while its doors remain open, and even after she appears to have pressed every button, the doors fail to close. Well, I think she probably hit the door hold button by mistake. At any rate, during the search for her, guests at the hotel began complaining about the low water pressure. Some claimed their water was colored black and had an unusual taste. On the morning of February 19th, Santiago Lopez, a maintenance worker, found Lam's body in one of the 4 1,000-gallon tanks located on the roof, providing water to the guest rooms, a kitchen, and a coffee shop. Through the open hatch, he saw Lam lying face up in the water. The tank was drained, cut open, since its maintenance hatch was too small to accommodate equipment to do that. And on February 21st, Los Angeles Coroner's Office issued a finding of accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder as a significant factor. The full coroner's report released in June stated that Lam's body had been found naked, clothing similar to what she was wearing in the elevator video was floating in the water, coated with a sand-like particulate. Her watch and room key were also found with her. Her body was moderately decomposed and bloated. It was mostly greenish, with some marbling evident on the abdomen and skin separation evident. There was no evidence of physical trauma, sexual assault, or suicide. Toxology tests showed traces consistent with prescription medication found among her belongings, but no other recreational drugs. Investigators and experts have, however, noted the concentration of her prescription drugs in her system indicated that she was under-medicating or had stopped taking her medicine altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at this footage now. And when I bring this up, I want you to notice not just her, but even before she gets into I think there's some paranormal activity going on here. And here we go. There is no audio. This was CCTV. And this was the last time she was ever seen alive. So now, is she talking to somebody in the hallway? I mean, really, what is going on? If she is talking to somebody, they're very aware that there's a camera in that elevator and they don't show themselves. Is she talking to something we can't see? A spirit? Is David Ramirez's ghost haunting the place? And somehow the Night Stalker got her? I don't know. Nobody knows what happened from the time she left this elevator to the time she was found in the tank. Nobody knows. It is odd and it is bizarre.
So you say that she requested a different room or something at first because of paranormal stuff?
Her roommates complained about her behavior being kind of odd, so the hotel issued her her own room.
Oh, well, yeah, I would say they're spot on there.
And she comes in and out several times, pushes button. It looks like she's talking to somebody, especially right now. You see
Yeah.
with the hand gesture, it looks, I mean, it's just odd. I did a video on this on my old channel, unfortunately, and I never redid it. It was like a ghost investigation of the Cecil Hotel, and I talked briefly about the Elisa case. But there has been 2 serial killers that have lived there. There have been numerous suicides. It's a sketchy place. If you've ever watched American Horror Story Hotel, the season Hotel is based on this place. And right now Netflix has a documentary, The Vanishing, I think it's called, that goes more deep into this case. So if you have an interest in any of this, check out Netflix. I think it's called The Vanishing. And that's it. Door closes, and she's never seen again. Creepy.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, tough to tell.
It is tough to tell.
with that video itself, that
Maybe, Jeff. Maybe.
I mean, you could say that that's just a nut acting like a nut. You know, I mean,
But what happened to her after that? Maybe somebody realized that she was acting crazy, took advantage of it. Said, "Hey, I got something to help you out," or "No, you're not freaking out. Let's go get a coffee." I mean, how the hell, first of
but
all, did
she
she open the
in,
top of that tank to get in
crawls
it?
up the ladder. These tanks are
Yes.
10 foot tall.
And those lids can't be light. She's a little
No,
girl. You saw how little she was. She's
right.
about my size. And then,
Well,
how do you get inside this tank and still have she must have Stretch Armstrong arms to actually close the lid
to
back down.
close the lid. If she crawled
Exactly.
up there and accidentally fell in, she would certainly drown and die in time.
And if she accidentally fell in, you're not going to have the time to get naked. They found her naked with her clothes floating at the bottom of the tank. Something happened to her.
Yeah.
It had to have. There's no way she did that all by herself. There's no way. So, yeah, strange case, and a sad one too, because unfortunately, she fell victim to something. I don't know what, but I'd like to find out someday. I'd like to know what happened to her.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that before. Um, no, no telling. You know, it's not enough there to, you know,
All I can say is that before she ever gets into the elevator at the very first, there's like a white, hazy kind of thing that makes me think that maybe a spirit and maybe not such a good one. And maybe it influenced her, because they do. They sneak into your mind and they can influence you to do different things, whether you're aware of it or not. I don't know. If you have any ideas or any speculations, chat, we'd love to hear them. We have got a few minutes, don't we?
Speaking of Bigfoot, going back to Bigfoot, it is, and maybe we can show this next week. I saw a thing in the past year where a hunter is out in the woods and he's got a rifle and he shoots both a large Bigfoot that runs off, and he shoots and kills a little one. And this little one, how he says it, dies right there in his arms.
Oh God.
And he feels kind of weird at it. You know, he shoots these things and he's like, I'm gonna be the one to, you know, and when he gets up on the baby one, it's alive still and it's looking at him.
And it's more human than you think.
And he said he felt overwhelmed all of a sudden because oh, what have I done?
Yeah.
He felt it more human than not human, we'll say. But
Wow.
he panics and
Crowbar's got all
leaves,
the papers.
and he comes back, not knowing if he's going to be charged with anything, and he buries this thing. And when he, weeks later, however much later, he goes to these Bigfoot people and says, "This is what happened. Let's go. I'll take you to this corpse." And they go there, and it's been dug up and it's gone. Yeah, so we'll probably show that
Hey,
next
Hitman.
week. Yeah. Hey, Dwight.
Yeah, definitely show that next week. There's a couple of videos I've seen where people claim to shoot Bigfoot. I think his name is Jason or something. I can't remember. And him and his buddy were actually out hunting and swore that they shot a couple of them. And kind of the same thing when they got up to the body and saw how human they really looked.
I think you're talking about the same one, possibly.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, definitely. I will locate that and we'll talk about that next week. I'm over. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Tea Cake for being here. Thank you, chat. Thank you, YouTube and Facebook. Remember to like, subscribe, and share the content. Be sure at 9 p.m. you check us out on Show Me Your Pick, where we will celebrate Tesla. It's going to be a good time. Somebody can win one hell of a guitar pick. One piece of advice I want to say is that if your child ever comes up to you and says they're scared at night, they're scared in their room, something's in their closet, something's under their bed, please believe them. Don't tell them it's their imagination and send them right back into that hell. Trust me, this I know. Don't do it. It's not their imagination. All the monsters are real. And with that, we gotta go. Thanks for watching.